Hello, you're watching ERi-TV English news broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Han Berhat. Let's first look at the top stories that are making headlines today. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Seminars on preserving historical and cultural heritages. Israel launched missile attack near Syria's Damascus. At least 12 dead after landslide buries homes. Twenty-one patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 in tests carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central, southern, and northern Red Sea regions. Out of these, 10 patients are from quarantine centers 5 and testing stations 5 in the central region. 6 patients are from from testing stations in Adihuala 5 and Mendefera 1, southern region. 5 patients are from testing stations in Nakfa 4 and Massawa 1, northern Red Sea region. On the other hand, 5 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central region have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 6,741, while the number of deaths stands at 45. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 6,881. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 3 November 2021. The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students and the Department of Culture and Sports in Gashbarka region organized seminars on preserving historical and cultural heritages in Agordet and Barantu subzones. At the seminar that was conducted in Agordet, a number of residents, government, workers, and youth students were present. Speaking at the seminar, Dr. Tsagay Medin, archaeologist at the Commission of Culture and Sports, indicating that there are numerous tangible and intangible heritages embedded in various localities of the country, as well as individuals called on every national to play due role in their preservation. In similar seminar conducted in Barantu City, the Director of Documentation of Ancient Heritages Branch at the Commission of Culture and Sports, Lieutenant Colonel Dawit Araya, gave extensive briefing on the progress of excavation, preservation, and popularization of ancient relics. He further stated that cultural heritages are indicators of the past history of society, civilization, and way of living, and as such, the society should give special care for heritages to ensure their safety. Finally, Director General of the Department of Culture and Sports in Gashbarka region, Mr. Idris Saleh, on his part, underlining the significant role of the youth in the preservation of tangible and intangible heritages, expressed conviction of the regional administration to that effect. Vocational training was organized to 73 members of the Eastern Command, including 43 females. At the graduation ceremony conducted in the port city of Asab, Lieutenant Johannes Simon, head of educational unit of the Eastern Command, said that the training program was 1 to 3 months long and focused on financing, material management, as well as on the use of modern technology. Lieutenant Johannes further commended all parties, members, and regional administration for their contribution in realizing the training program. Chief of Staff of the Eastern Command, Lieutenant Colonel Kabrom Abraham, on his part, stating that the training was of the effort of the Ministry of Defense is conducting to empower the capacity of members of the Eritrean Defense Forces with technology and knowledge, called on the trainees to practically apply the knowledge they have acquired. We'll be back with international news. Stay tuned. Israel has launched an aerial attack with a number of missiles targeting an area on outskirts of Syrian capital of Damascus, Syrian state TV said early on Wednesday, citing a military source. It added the attack resulted in some material damage, there was no immediate comment from Israeli officials. Last Saturday, Israel also fired missiles towards the suburbs of the Syrian capital, although they were intercepted by Syria's air defense. On October 14, an Israeli air raid on Iranian position in central Syria also killed 9 fighters allied to the Syrian government. The attacks came days after Syria accused Israel of carrying out an attack in the country's south. Israel, alarmed by Iran's growing regional influence and military presence in Syria, has launched hundreds of attacks in Syria over the years, but rarely acknowledges or discusses such operations. It also targeting arms shipments believed to be bound for the group. At least 12 people have died in Malama, Colombia, after several houses collapsed under a landslide on Monday, civil defense officials reported. According to officials, the landslide was caused by heavy rains in the rural town of the Narino municipality. 2 homes were destroyed in the tragedy. Municipal authorities reported 11 people were rescued alive in the rubble, 2 which are in a critical state and are receiving medical assistance. Air organizations reported that victims lived in the 2 houses near that were devastated by the landslide. Rescue teams are sorting through the rubble in the search, with an unidentified number of people still unaccounted for. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines tonight. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Seminars on preserving historical and cultural heritages. Israel launched missile attack near Syria's Damascus. At least 12 dead after landslide buries homes. That was all for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.